What's up, everybody? 32 Icon here. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well myself. Please go ahead and like and subscribe and share if you haven't already, in good faith that I will continue bringing you great content. Oh, and I'm just another YouTube personality, so take what I say with a grain of salt and do your own research, okay? All right, so listen, real quick, I'm going to be having a giveaway for the next big number of subscribers. I think I'm at 46,000, and I don't want to jinx myself, but once I hit that threshold, I think you guys know what it is, I'm going to be doing a giveaway with Better Holsters, Optics Planet, Olight, and probably someone else or another channel. I'm in the middle of working it out, so I'll keep you posted with that. But anyway, yeah, when I hit that next threshold, I don't want to say it, but I'm at 46, I think, 1,000 subscribers, and I'm excited. So thank you guys for all the support. Continue sharing the videos. I hope they help you. I don't know everything. I just know a little bit about a lot. All right, and I try to educate myself along the way as well. All right, so I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'm just going to give you the information that I have. Now, if I am looking down a lot, it's because I have all of my notes, and I want to make sure that I'm giving you the correct information. A few videos back, I spoke about concealed carry insurance. I talked about a friend who didn't have it, and he pulled his gun, and, well, he didn't really pull his gun, he brandished his gun. But either way, he was in deep financial ruins because he didn't have any concealed carry insurance. And so I started talking about that. I was like, wow, that could be me one day. That could be you, your friend, and we want to make sure that we are preparing in case something like that happens. I don't think we think about it enough how concealed carry insurance can help us on that fateful day, and we pray that it doesn't happen, but it possibly can. So I told you guys I was going to do some research, and here's the updated video. So upon my research, I decided to go with CCW Safe because I thought they were the best company to represent me and what I have going on, okay? Now, there are other companies out there, and I'm not comparing one to the other. I think any company that's going to help you during that fateful day and help you with the trial and all that, I think that that's going to be beneficial to you. Some people have, different means of income and can go with something that has a little more punch. Some people may not have as much means when it comes to their income and may need something that is a little more cost effective for their financial pocket. And that's totally understandable, but I think something is better than nothing. All right, so the plan I got is a Defender plan. All right, you can pay the one-time fee for $179. And if you do that, you can do add-ons. I think it's a Defender and Ultimate plan. I went with the Defender plan. Now, before I go any further, I just want to let you know that I do not have any type of affiliation with CCW Safe. I did my research, as I always tell you guys to do your research. They're not monetizing this video or anything. There's no relationship. So this is just one member coming to you saying, hey, this is what I got, and it may or may not be best for you. All right, on to the next. The Defender plan is $179 for the year, or you can do $16 a month. Now, if you do $16 a month, you're going to end up paying $192 at the end of the year. So I just did the one-time fee of $179, and then, you know me, I can't just pay stickers, so I had to call them out. Bloop. Listen, do y'all have any deals, any kind of something or another going on? They was like, no, not at this time, but we do have a discount code for 10% off. So I was like, oh, okay, well, let me get the 10% off. So the discount code they gave me, apparently when I put it in today, it still worked, but I got mine back several weeks ago, but it was OKS10, and I'll put that up on the screen. It will only work if you do the one-time payment. If you plan on doing the monthly payments, it will not work toward that, but you'll receive 10% off. So I got the Defender plan, and what I did was I added on $50 more because I wanted $1 million for bond, just in case. So the reason why I did that is because I have a friend who is a bail bondsman. And I asked him, I said, listen, in situations in Connecticut where, you may have to go to trial for self-defense, et cetera, I said, is $500,000 enough? I figure here in Connecticut that would make it very difficult for you to get bail. So he said 500,000 should be enough. He was like, typically, it's less than that, but it should be enough. He was like, however, it can be up to $1 million depending on your records and your background and things of that nature. So I was like, you know what? I should get the $1 million. So he was like, well, how much is the $1 million? I was like, well, on this plan, it's $50 more. He was like, oh, well, that's a no-brainer. Just pay the $50 and get up to $1 million. He was like, that way, you'll feel comfortable and you can sleep at night. So I was like, okay, cool. So I got that. So when you put the $179 a year for the Defender plan plus the $50, you're now at $229. Then I put in my code and I end up paying $206.10 for the year. Okay, that gives me a whole year coverage. And I will say, you got to read the fine print too, because when you pay it on your credit card for the year, what they'll do is automatically renewed for the next year. So if you don't want it renewed, you're gonna have to call in and say, hey, I don't want it renewed, but they will automatically renew it, and that was fine with me. All right, so upon my research, I called up. I was like, let me call them, let me see what they're talking about. So I called them and I spoke with David, who's the account manager, and I was like, David, I'm looking at you and another company, and I'll tell you guys the other company. It was USCCA. And I didn't tell him that, but I was like, basically, I was like, why you guys, like, what's going on with you guys? How many cases do you do? They said normally 13 and 50 cases a year where they're actually going to trial and basically fighting for their members. But he said in those trials, he said, most cases, majority of those cases are brandishing cases. So you still have to go through the whole process. Like I told you with my friend, he still went through the whole process because they charged him for brandishing. He didn't even discharge his firearm. So we continued talking. And then I said to him, I said, why don't you guys advertise as much as other companies do? He said that it's their belief that majority of the money should go to the cases and the trials, and that they put more of their money into that and into making it affordable for people to pick up memberships. So they'll do some, advertisement on radio and social media, but he was like, it's not as much because they don't think that's where the money should be spent. So I said, okay, I see where you're going. So then they said that they're the only company to represent a murder trial one, which the member was acquitted. And you guys could do your own research on this. Again, I tell you all the time, I say what I need to say. I try to give you the information. I could misspeak. I could, mess up, but do your own research because it's important, right? Because this is possibly going to defend your life. So don't rely on this video. Do your own research. So then I'm like, okay, how many people have you defended, but then you had to drop them later on? And he goes, we have never had a situation where we had to defend anyone and then drop them mid-trial. So I asked that question because, again, as I was doing my research, there's another company that I was considering, like I said, I told you before, is USCCA. And back in 2019, for whatever reason, I don't know all the meats and potatoes of the situation, but the member, I believe she is a female, the member actually sued USCCA in federal court, or is suing them, because she claims that they dropped her mid-trial. Now, this is all alleged, okay? I'll link the article down below so you can see what's going on with that. But when I read it, I was like, oh no, like, I don't know if I'll want to, go with a company that's going to basically defend me up to one point and then drop me. So, allegedly. So, I don't know, anybody can sue anybody in court. It doesn't mean that whoever is doing the suing is automatically correct. That's why you have to go to court to sort out all the details. But when I saw that, I was like, oh, I got a little nervous. So I was like, you know what, let me just focus over here. And I was already focused with CCW Safe anyway, because like I said, it was a lot of things that were important to me that they were covering. And so I felt more comfortable. But I did ask that question because I was like, y'all could have done that too, and I wouldn't know. I didn't find an article on that, but I thought I would ask. And he was like, that has never been the case. So I said, okay, no problem. All right, so this video was already long. I'm trying to shorten it, but I'm going to go into the main reasons that I chose CCW Safe. Now, I talked about my conversation with David. I talked about how much the membership is that I chose, and I'm just going to go over a couple of things. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. But again, as I told you before, it's the only company to represent a murder one trial, and the member was acquitted. The trial went on for 2 years. The member never had to pay anything out of pocket. So that's just that. Also, the membership I have covers spouse and children inside the home. So that's important for me because, I told you before that I'm not married, but I have children inside the home. So they will be covered in an event that we had to protect their lives. No out-of-pocket expenses. Everything is covered. Trial, appeals, expungements, mistrials, court fees, all proceedings are covered. You never ever have to come out of pocket. So again, that's important to me because if I'm fighting for my life, the last thing I want to do is fight for my life and try to figure out what I could sell off, if I could sell off anything to get you your money. And you're not going to take a couple of dollars, you want to want your money up front. But with this plan, all covered, doesn't matter. So that was huge for me. It also covers weapons of opportunity. So let's say I'm in my home or I'm in another state, and I'll get to that in a second, but I'm in my home and I can't get to my firearm to protect my life because it's in danger and I feel like I could lose it. If I have something next to me, a baseball bat, a knife, a weapon of opportunity, that is also covered in my plan because I'm using it as self-defense to protect my life. Also, all states in which you can own and legally possess a firearm, you're covered. So if something went down in that state and you can legally possess a firearm there, or you have reciprocity in that state, you are covered. Now, I don't travel much, but and I probably would with my firearms if it just wasn't so many laws of traveling over state line, over here, over there. It's just like, ugh. And I don't do it for a living, so I don't necessarily need to know all the laws until it's time for me to travel to my destination. Then I obviously have to know the laws in the states in which I'm traveling, but it will cover me in those states. Also, let's say you have a situation in your home and there's a crime scene. They also will cover the crime scene. I think it's up to $3,000 that they will clean up the crime scene for you. Also, they'll give you $250 a day in wages that you will probably lose because you're fighting for your life. So chances are you may lose your job, or you may be suspended from your job until you can clear your name. So that also will be covered. All right. In addition, my plan now, and the other plan, they cover more, but in my plan, you get 10 counseling sessions. I don't know about you, but if I'm in a situation where, I'm defending my life and something tragic happens, I would probably want some type of counseling to help me navigate through that. And lastly, but certainly not least, firearm replacement, right? You use your firearm. I know in the grand scheme of things, it's not really important because you can always just go purchase another one, but chances are I will want my firearm back. So they also make sure that you get your firearm back. Now listen, these are the main reasons why I chose CCW Safe. There are a plethora of reasons why I think that they're the best for me. These just happen to be the few, but when you go on their website and you look at all of the tabs and you click on, why this plan, what are the benefits, plan comparisons, when you start clicking and reading through, I didn't even touch on all of the reasons why I think this plan is best for me. I just kind of summarized it for you to put it into this video. So I didn't want this video to be too long, but ultimately, yes, I chose CCW Safe. I think it's the way to go for me. They're the only concealed carry insurance company to really defend a murder trial one. But again, other companies will be better than nothing. Personally, another company could be best for you and your spouse and your children, or maybe you're single and it's just you. It could be other companies that work for you. For me, I thought this company was the best for all the reasons I mentioned in this video. For the most part, many of you told me, who you've gone with, who you're thinking about going with. Some of you have said that, you haven't even thought about it, and that's understandable too. So again, I don't know everything, I know a little bit about a lot. That's it. I just try to share with you the information as much as I can. I'm always going to tell you the truth. So that's what it is. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you guys are doing well, treating one another with kindness, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Peace.